Hey everyone, in this video we're going to dive a little deeper into using for loops to perform scalar operations. More specifically, we're going to use a for loop to evaluate a mathematical summation in MATLAB. This video is the second part in a 4-part series on for loops. So if you're unsure what a for loop is, I would recommend checking out part 1. A link to part 1 can be found in the description below. Let's get started. Our goal for this video is to write a script file to calculate the sum of the first 3 terms in the following series, 2k squared minus k, for values of k starting at 1 and ending at 3, and we're going to do this using a for loop. Mathematically, we can express this summation using the summation symbol. To evaluate this mathematical expression, each term in the series must be evaluated for each value of k. So the first term in the series is 2 times 1 squared minus 1, where k is equal to 1. Then we add our second term in the series, 2 times 2 squared minus 2, where k is equal to 2. And finally, our third term in the series, 2 times 3 squared minus 3, where k is equal to 3. And when we evaluate this summation, we get a total of 22. Now, the reason that we're going to use a for loop to evaluate this summation is because we're performing the same calculation a predefined number of times, in this case, 3 times, for each term in this series solution. So let's take a look at the structure of a for loop and how we would implement it for this example problem. In this case, our loop variable is k, which has a starting or initial value of 1, a step or incremental value of 1, and a final or terminal value of 3. And for each value of the loop variable, we'll execute our statement, which in this case is performing the summation. Now this is a little bit different in MATLAB, and here's how you would read this line. Our current value of the total is equal to our previous value of the total plus 2 times k squared minus k. Now here, that equal sign is an assignment operator. So the new value of the total is assigned the previous value of the total plus 2 times k squared minus k. Now let's take a look at a flowchart of this example. The flowchart allows us to visually observe each loop pass. So first we initialize our total, which has an initial value of 0, and our loop variable k has an initial or starting value of 1. Next, we evaluate our logical expression. In this case, our loop variable has a value of 1, which is not greater than 3, which is our terminal value, so that statement is false, and we evaluate our total. So our new value of the total is assigned the value of the previous value of the total plus 2 times k squared minus k, where in this case k is equal to 1. So we evaluate this expression and our new total is equal to 1. Now we increment our loop variable k by 1, and our new value of k is equal to 2. Now our current value of k, which is 2, is not greater than our final or terminal value of 3. So this statement is false, and we again evaluate our total. So the new value of the total is assigned the value of the previous value of the total, which was 1, plus 2 times k squared minus k, where k is equal to 2. Now our new total has the value of 7. Next, we increment k by 1, and now k has a value of 3. Our current value of k, which is 3, is not greater than our terminal value of 3. This statement is false, and we evaluate our total again. So the new value of the total is assigned the value of our previous value of the total, which was 7, plus 2 times k squared minus k, where k is equal to 3. And so now our new total is assigned the value of 22. And we increment k by 1 again, but this time k has a value of 4. Now this current value of our loop variable is in fact greater than our final or terminal value, and our loop ends. Now let's take a look at implementing this example in MATLAB. Now that we're in MATLAB, the first thing we're going to do is open up a new script file. And now that our editor has opened, we can begin. So the first thing we're going to do is initialize our total, which is going to have a starting or initial value of 0. And I'm going to add a semicolon here to suppress this line. And now we're ready to start our for loop. So we start with the word for, which MATLAB will automatically format as blue. Then we do a space. Our loop variable k has a starting or initial value of 1, a step or incremental value of 1, and a final or terminal value of 3. Now, just as a note here, you can also make this assignment without this middle 1 here, that step or incremental value. And this is because if you leave out the step or incremental value, then MATLAB will assume a default value of 1. So we could leave this line as is, or we could add back our step or incremental value, which is my preference. Now I'm going to hit the Enter key, and MATLAB will auto indent this line, and we need to evaluate our total. So our new value of the total is assigned the value, this is an assignment operator, of the previous value of the total, which again had an initial value of 0, plus our expression inside of the summation, which was 2 times k squared minus k. Now I'm going to leave off a semicolon here on purpose, so that way we can see what each total is evaluated as for each loop pass. Next, I'm going to type end, and that will finish out our program. So now I'm going to click run here, give this a file name. So I'm going to call it for_loop2. And then when I click save, the program is going to run. Now, if you scroll up in your command window, what you will see is the value of total for each loop pass. So on the first loop pass, the total had a value of 1. On the second loop pass, the total had a value of 7. And on the third and final loop pass, our total had a value of 22, which is the final total in our summation. Thanks for watching. You can find me at David Calamus on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you liked this video and would like to see more, subscribe below.